Hi, my name is Susan Norwell, and I'm here to tell you about a course on Rett U titled Word Study, Teaching the Word Study Block, part of the Balanced Literacy Model, the 4-block literacy model. And I am the co-founder of Rett University, so I'm thrilled that you're listening to this because I'm really proud of the work we're doing and really excited about how we're changing not only the perceptions of the girls, but also we are providing amazing tools for teachers and parents to be able to see the potential in their girls, but also to realize the potential in their girls, which is really, I think, really important work. The word study block, which is part of the balanced literacy model, which contains 4 blocks. Guided reading, that's where the girls actually do the reading. Self-selected reading, that's where individuals get a chance to both access books that they can read on their own, that independent reading process, but also have books read to them to increase their comprehension abilities and their language. The word study block, which is what we're concentrating on in this course, and writing, the writing block. And the concept behind the balanced literacy model is that it is balanced. In other words, each one of the blocks is dependent on the other. You can't teach one by itself and expect a child, neurotypical child, to be a reader. And one of the blocks that's largely ignored for children who are nonverbal, are complex learners, like individuals with Rett syndrome, is often the word study block. Well, actually, I should say part of it is ignored. Usually the sight word part of it, they get a lot of grill and drill on sight words. What they don't get is the decoding and the encoding piece. Decoding meaning I look at a word and I'm able to produce those sounds in my head, blend them together, come out with a word that I know and understand. Or encoding, I'm trying to write something down and now I've got a word in my head and I know the letters to put down in order to make my idea clear to the listener. So in this course, you are going to learn very specific strategies for teaching the decoding and encoding piece. The 4-block model, the balanced literacy model, was conceptualized by Jim Cunningham and his wife Patricia Cunningham, and the making words component that was conceptualized by Patricia Cunningham and Dorothy Hall is what is the foundation for the encoding and the decoding work that I do with kids with Rett syndrome and adults with Rett syndrome also, because I believe that it's never too late to teach somebody to read and to write. So the Making Words program is really easy to use, I think, but not just easy, it works. And so when something works and it's easy, that's a bonus. So you'll get explicit instruction on the 3 components of the Making Words program. You'll actually do the Making Words, see how that works. You'll actually take a look at how words are sorted by different criteria. And then the third part of a Making Words lesson is the application. And really, when you look at learning theory, that idea of playing with sounds, moving them around to get that idea of how our words work, plus being able to sort them visually to understand, there's a visual component to this decoding piece. So if we don't see the differences, how can we make the sounds differently? But also, once we've learned it, to be able to apply it to something new means we've really cemented the knowledge. As part of that program, there is an assessment piece. A lot of schools are over interested in assessment, but I do think assessment is a necessary component because we need to take a look at, hey, I've been doing all this work, you've been doing all this work, has it made a difference in what you're able to do? And if there's a place where a kiddo's struggling, then we need to go back as instructors and say, okay, I need to reteach. I need to rethink how I did that so I can do a better job. I actually learned this from my daughter Jackie one day. She came home with a really poor math score on a test. And I said, oh, gosh, did you talk to Mr. Moreland? She goes, yes, I did talk to Mr. Moreland. I told him that he did not teach me well enough, and that's why I did poorly on the test. I'm so happy Mr. Moreland had a good sense of humor. But you know what? When I thought about that, Jackie was right. If she studied, if she did her homework, if she did everything that was asked of her, and she didn't do well on a test, maybe there wasn't the kind of instruction she needed to make progress. And so that's what we're always trying to play with. Now, for our individuals with Rett syndrome, it's really important that we don't keep assessing their apraxia. We already know it's there. We already know they have breathing problems. We already know lots of things about the girls that impede their ability to show us what we need to know when we need to know it. So the way that I'm going to teach you to look at both assessment and learning is to provide a very clear structure, and the structure stays the same. So the girls never have to say, oh, wait a minute, is the right answer here or is the right answer there? Or are they going to put it into four squares so now I'm having to, track around and figure out? No, 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 no. What we're going to really work on is partner-assisted scan so that the information is in front of them. They have a yes in one place, they have a no in another place, and either that information matches what we're asking them to do, yes, or it doesn't match what we're asking them to do, no. And so their answers are always remaining the same. It's just how we present the content that changes. Makes a huge, huge difference in being able to assess what the girls know, because we kind of wipe out the motor component as much as we possibly can. The second part of a word study block would be teaching sight words. We do have to teach sight words. Nobody's going to get to the by going t-h-e. That's just not going to work. So we have sight words. One of the things that they do in general education classrooms that's great for our kiddos is that they use a lot of music and chanting around the sight word learning. So we're going to take a look at that. I have some pages I've created in Communicator so that the kids can practice their sight words. I have videos and links for you to go to so that they can learn their sight words using cute little animated videos. And all in all, the course is going to really focus on giving individuals with Rett syndrome a leg up so that they are able to do the same decoding that other kids are doing, have the same sight word knowledge, so that part of reading becomes more automatic and easier for them. We really want them in guided reading, not struggling over the decoding piece. We want the decoding piece to be as easy as possible so they can use their cognitive energy to look at the meaning of those words, of what is actually happening, what could be happening, why this character is doing the things they're doing, inferring what's going to happen next. That's the real beauty of reading, is getting the meaning from the text. But unless we have this block firmly in place and we're working on it with them, they're going to have these struggles with decoding. Same with writing. Writing is all about making meaning with text, not getting meaning from text, that's reading, but making meaning with text when we write. We can't make meaning if we have an idea that we can't translate to our alphabet so that other people can understand what they are saying. So, welcome to the word study block, one of the 4 blocks of the balanced literacy model, and I hope you're going to join me in class.